what was your major inspiration into getting into wrestling? And, piggybacking off of John Cena, he always talks about never giving up. What was it? What was your biggest challenge? What was your biggest obstacle that you had to overcome in order to get to where you are now?
I mean, for one, just being from a small town is, you get so used to just that's your thing,
Mm-hmm.
My biggest obstacle, and I mean, this is public and I post on Instagram about it, but I'm not very super open about it. And I don't think I've ever talked about it on a podcast. But when I was 10, I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease. So I was kind of in and out of hospitals a lot as a child. And the one thing that really made me motivated was wrestling. And, I know every time I would have to go to the doctor for something, my mom would always buy me a new wrestling figure. So I'm like, that's really what made me fall in love with it. And I would see all these larger than life guys and man, I want to be like that.
That's really cool.
And I stated, I was on Barstool Sports podcast the other week, and I said Cena's was my favorite, not because of how he wrestled, but because of what he did outside of the ring. He would always go to those children's hospitals and and stuff like that. So that was definitely a big obstacle to overcome. I mean, now I've been in remission for 17 years now. So
wow.
And then I tore both ACLs when I started wrestling. Both pretty back to back too. One was in 2017, and then one was in 2019, the exact same day, March 2nd. So now I'm every March 2nd, I'm I just gotta sit at home.
Voodoo? Yeah.
And then I tore my bicep 3 days after I signed with AEW.
My gosh, man!
Wow.
And to have that mental strength to be able to not you're well known for your physical strength, but to have that mental strength to be able to overcome those consistent setbacks. It has to go back to when you were a kid, man, and going through what you went through. That's pretty amazing.
And I think this is what really was the main factor to make me mentally like that. So I'm always in the mindset that someone always has it worse than you, no matter what. And I think so. Mine was as a kid, I was always in and out of the U of M Children's Hospital a lot, and I didn't know what was really going on with me at that point, but I would see these kids with cancer and stuff, and as a child, I would say to my mom at least I'm not like that, So I think at that point was really what made me like this, where there's always someone that has it a lot worse.
That's a good mindset to try to get you through those difficult times, because I mean, we all take a lot of things for granted: a roof over our head, water running,
right.
Electricity, things like that. And at a young age, it's not easy to see that clear picture on that. And to have John Cena as, a role model, I mean, that guy is incredible, back to him. Mm-hmm. The most Make-A-Wish grants ever by anyone. It's just, I mean, not only does he do work physically staying in shape, wrestling, movies, appearances, the Make-A-Wish stuff. I mean, I ever said if I made an impact on someone and I would try to fill as many Make-A-Wish as possible. And so,
right.
That's incredible stuff. Now I know.